Mary Murphy. I'm an associate professor at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana, in the United States. The mainstreaming of gender equality in the U.S., I think one of the biggest pieces of progress that we've had is that our National Science Foundation and other foundations that sort of fund research have really acknowledged that gender inequities, racial and ethnic inequities, power inequities among people with disabilities, that all of these things are things that need to be addressed with basic science understanding, to understand what are the mechanisms and barriers that are really holding people back in these different domains, particularly in science, technology, engineering, and math. And so I would say one of the biggest advances that we've had is that we've had more funding directly to this question that really looks not only at some of the basic processes and mechanisms, but also starts to look more largely at the context and institutional level, at what are the barriers across from people to places that are holding women back in STEM careers. And so I think with that kind of funding and increased knowledge, we can then understand how to intervene at the level of individuals, at the level of universities, at the level of a nation. I would say that one of the biggest challenges is that everybody sort of seems to be doing their work in different silos. And so we know some things, particularly with women and underrepresented groups in physics, or in biology, or in chemistry, and that there's not much discussion across disciplines or across research programs to really bring together the knowledge and to try to create a coherent theory about how from the people to the places we are encountering these barriers. So I would say that that's been one of the main challenges, is sort of integrating and providing resources and understanding across discipline and across understanding. Well, I think in the United States, more and more, we are starting to realize that we need to be putting in place administrators and others whose sole job it is to understand some of these inequities in gender and race and ethnicity and social class at universities in particular. And so I think what we will see is that, we will have more and more of these individuals who will sort of work, I think, across universities to understand the best practices and to work together across institutions to implement them and evaluate them to see if they're working. I think one of the big challenges that we have here is that when you put just one person in charge of these efforts, it can really sort of not make it a systemic institutional practice. And so I think that's one of the things that we're going to have to work on by 2030 is sort of how we have individuals and how those individuals can get the institutional support to make the change that they need to on university campuses in the country.